Hi, today is a Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. Even though it's a holiday for me, I went to visit my customer in Nonyeondong, Gangnam District. Open Gangnam Style. The company is specialized in making 3D graphics like videos. Currently, there are AI videos a lot, but they are quite an expert in video production using 3D graphics, and they just moved today from like 30 yards next building, and we had to move our internet, corporate internet, not just home internet, but big, high capacity, directly connected to our backbone internet and a telephone service for the entire building, for their entire company, and so on. So I had to go there and direct our engineers, technicians to connect this and that because they were just, our engineers are just, they are an expert in their own expertise in each special service. So I need to go there and organize a whole shebang, just like orchestrating a lot of work. And that was the major part of what I did today. Then I went to downtown Seoul, Jongno area, Gwanghamun, Gyobo bookstore, Myeongdong Street. If you've been to Korea, I'm sure you once visited Myeongdong before. There are a lot of foreign customers, foreign tourists, and local people. The vibe is an excellent. You have many interesting food stores and gift shops lining the streets, and the Myeongdong Cathedral, which is quite impressively well built. Their cathedral is a marvel of work. And then I came back and I ate, and now I'm sitting in front of my computer laptop to practice English. I'm gonna read an English article that was forwarded by Korean American called Thomas Kim. He is a professor at Chosun University in Gwangju City. Gwangju City is where I was born, and where my family is, my wife and two daughters. But currently I live in Seoul, and my work is here. I got transferred 1 year ago, January 5th, 2025, and it's the same company, KT, Korea Telecom. KT provides whole ranges of services, from mobile service, fixed line service, satellite, submarine cable, cloud, AI. We are the company, right? We are like, I think we rank like 10th in our company in Korea, right? So it's a large corporation, but I just want to contribute well to my company before I retire in 2.5 years from now. And one way I do it is to practice English, to learn English, so that I can contribute to foreign communities in Korea, right? Foreign customers. Well, that was it. But when I retire, I am all ears. When you try to offer me a job in your country, I would like to have some work experience in America, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Hong Kong, no problem. Singapore, no problem, where the English is spoken. I would mind living in Armenia, Georgia, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Russia. Even Russia sounds okay. If I have to, I would be happy to work in North Korea, right? I live in South Korea, hey, if I don't get incarcerated in North Korea and if I'm free to travel in North Korea, then what the heck, uh, I might enjoy my time in working in North Korea. But if you have a nice job offer for me, I'm all ears. Always send your offer in my way. Without any further ado, let's read this interesting article from the Chosun Daily, right? The title is South Korea's Workforce Turns Away from Leadership Roles. Actually, I have been with KT for close to 31 years. I got promoted just once. That's amazing, right? In America, probably you would get fired easily, but not in Korea. I am not a bad employee, but I just got promoted just once. I wish to get promoted one more time this year so that I could retire as a senior manager, right? If I become a senior manager, my remuneration, my yearly pay, the total yearly pay increases by 1,000,000 won, which is like I think 80,000. Yeah, $8,000, right? Which isn't bad, right? Uh, with that money, you can travel to America and uh, have a cruise, uh, travel in the Middle East or the Pacific Islands. So it's half the amount of money. I wouldn't mind that. I'm not pauper. I'm not poor, but $8,000, hey man, yearly, that's good. I have only 2.5 years, so that translates like 20,000 US dollars. I digressed a lot. South Korea's workforce turns away from leadership roles. Conscious unbossing grows in South Korea as work-life balance and avoidance of managerial burdens drive the trend by Jung Si-hen, Kim Mi-gun, right? Jung Si-hen, I think. But, she should be S-H-I, but it's current habit that we use as, hoping that it is pronounced as she, which never happens in the international area. Published 2024, 11/19th, that's November 19th. So it's about 40 months old article, but it's still relevant. It rings a bell among us. The era of striving for promotions is over. In stable workplaces like major corporations and public institutions, a trend of intentionally avoiding promotions, known as unbossing, is spreading. The reluctance stems from the responsibilities and pressures of mid-level management roles, along with concerns over work-life balance, illustrated by Kim Young-sak. Okay, so I think Kim Young-sak belongs to Joseon Daily. A 38-year-old employee referred to as A reached out to a certified labor attorney for advice, saying, "I can't sleep because my company is forcing me into a managerial role." That's a serious case, man. I would rather focus quietly on the work I am already doing than take on a promotion that comes with heavier responsibilities and the pressure to meet everyone's expectations. If I refuse the position, could I be fired? Would I lose my severance pay? Labor attorneys and employment law specialists report a significant rise in inquiries about refusing promotions, both from employees and employers. Contrasting trend is emerging as the end of year appraisal season draws near, a period when employees highlight their accomplishments to compete for promotions. In end of year appraisal season, what we call promotion review season or performance review season. In the 1980s, television series exploring workplace dynamics, the character Lee Jang-soo, a white-haired manager stuck in a perpetual middle-level role, symbolized the frustrations of navigating pressures from both demanding superiors and insistent subordinates. In the 1980s and 90s workplace drama, the late Oh Hyun-kyung portrayed Lee Jang-soo, right? So he was Oh Hyun-kyung, I don't know, maybe I don't know him. A perpetually stuck mid-level manager navigating constant pressure from superiors and subordinates, depicted as perennial loser for failing to earn promotions, courtesy of KBS. Today, an increasing number of employees are turning down promotions to positions like department head or executive, despite the prestige such titles traditionally carry. This trend, known as conscious unbossing, signals a shift in workplace dynamics. In an era marked by limited growth prospects and widespread uncertainty, many are hesitant to take on the added responsibilities and pressures that come with leadership roles. The term unbossing describes a growing trend of reluctance or hesitance to step into mid or senior level management positions. This shift reflects modern workplace values, including an emphasis on work-life balance and the rise of quiet quitting, a concept that gained traction during the COVID-19 pandemic. Quiet quitting refers to doing only the bare minimum required at work, with little emotional engagement or investment in the role. Quiet quitting, right? Bare minimum, that's good expression. Bare minimum. The U.S. business publication Forbes recently highlighted a rise in unfilled managerial positions, noting the assumption that the most experienced and capable employees will naturally step into leadership roles is now outdated. A recruitment platform survey revealed that over half of millennial and Gen Z employees in their 20s and 30s have no interest in pursuing executive roles. The most frequently cited reason was that burdensome responsibilities associated with leadership, followed by concerns about the low likelihood of promotion, fears of losing work-life balance, and a lack of long-term commitment to their current companies. Do you aspire to an executive position? Yes, said 45.2%, but 54.8% said no. Reasons for not aspiring to a promotion: 33.6% said overwhelming responsibilities followed by limited opportunities for promotion. You cannot go up the corporate ladder anymore if you just become a mid managerial position. prospect is low, so you just quit a mid-level managerial position. Loss of work-life balance, disinterest in becoming an executive, no intention to stay long-term at the company. 2023 survey of 1,114 millennial and Gen Z employees. Source is Job Korea. Over half of MZ generation employees in their 20s and 30s don't want executive promotions. The top reasons were dislike of increased responsibilities and promotion seems unrealistic, ranking first and second respectively. In many organizations, particularly corporations and public institutions, mid-level management roles are increasingly viewed as overburdened positions with minimal rewards. These roles often require juggling complaints from both superiors and subordinates, with all conflicts seemingly converging on the manager's desk. The compensation for such positions rarely matches the benefits top executives or business owners enjoy. Consequently, mid-level managers are often labeled as stuck in the middle, while executives are sometimes referred to as temporary staff. Unlike in the past, when the label lifelong mid-level manager was seen as an insult, terms like low-stress assistant manager or balanced workload grade 9 civil servant are now regarded as desirable. An increasing number of employees see management roles as a deviation from their career expertise. A 30-something employee at a major IT company remarked, "Management is an entirely different track from the skills I've developed. It distances me from hands-on work and alters my career trajectory." He added that he doesn't consider executive positions a form of career progression. More money, man, more money. His colleagues echoed similar sentiments, saying they promote you just to pile responsibilities on you and fire you faster. I have no intention of staying with this company long term like our seniors. It's much more comfortable at the bottom, and I'd rather leave work early to focus on a side hustle or just relax. Yeah, there's a Chinese tea that I brewed recently. That's good expression, man. I would, yeah. I'd rather leave work early to focus on a side hustle or just relax. For employees with this mindset, promises of climbing the corporate ladder as a reward for loyalty hold little appeal. It doesn't hold a candle, right? You cannot hold a candle to the task. A bit different, but hold little appeal, right? Promises of climbing the corporate ladder as a reward for loyalty hold little appeal. See a manager at a mid-sized company who was promoted to department head earlier than his peers admitted. The initial excitement of the promotion didn't last. My work-life balance is now a fraction of what it used to be. I miss the days when I could focus solely on my own work. He also noted that while his salary and benefits increased only slightly, his personal expenses for upholding reputation at work, such as attending colleagues' events, significantly grew. On top of this, balancing pressure from superiors with frustrations voiced by subordinates, often anonymously on workplace forums, began to take a toll on his health. Take a toll, right? So I write it down here. Take its toll, right? Yeah, take a toll on his health, right? We learned the word bare minimum. On top of this, hold little appeal, corporate, that's a cliche, right? Corporate letter, frustrations voiced. That's another good expression, right? Subordinates. Last month, office workers hurried to work at the Sejong-Dero intersection in Jongno-gu, Seoul, as internal and external environments surrounding corporations and public institutions rapidly change. Mid-level managers face heavier responsibilities, but their authority is no longer what it once was. Yeah, we don't respect them, right? The rise of remote work and NZ generation employees weakens workplace communication and unity. Mid-level managers struggle to communicate and motivate junior employees. I agree. HD Hyundai Heavy Industries union members count ballots for the approval of this year's wage and collective bargaining agreement on November 8th at the company's headquarters gymnasium in Ulsan. This year's agreement includes a clause guaranteeing union members the right to decline promotions, known as the right to refuse promotion, courtesy of HD Hyundai Heavy Industries Union. I don't know. Employees per executive in South Korea's top 100 companies, based on semi-annual reports, figures in parentheses indicate executive promotion rates. So, the year 2011, the employees per executive was 105.2, and about less than 1%, 0.95 was promoted, right? But now, 2021, which is about 5 years ago, the employees under executive increased by 30% to 131.7 people, but the promotion to become an executive dropped to 0.76%. Well, that's it? I don't know. The article suddenly drops in the conclusion. So I'll just make a conclusion. With KT, all employees work very hard to provide number one world-class services to our customers. As for me, my job description, my job responsibility is provide a corporate services. I provide free consultation of my company's corporate services to my corporate customers. And I got promoted just once. I don't know why my company neglects my promotion. I should have been an executive. I would not complain if I become an executive, but that it's loss on my company that they didn't promote me. If I get promoted, I would be happy. I would be more loyal, and my pay would increase by $8,000. Not bad, right? I'm loyal employee. I would contribute more to become mid-level manager or executive. If my CEO watches my video, hey man, uh, I'm here. I'm willing to become an executive. Just take a look at my records, my track records. I'm very excellent, revered employee. I can set the standards. I'm a trailblazer. I do whatever is required on the job. I don't shun away from responsibilities. I am not a severe competitor on the corporate ladder. I would rather try to harmonize with the people, uh, get the people in the group and put them in a row, just like ducks in a row, and try to accomplish collective uh, uh, achievements, right? Requirements, uh, results, results oriented employee. But this article says the majority of Korean employees now uh, don't want to get promoted. Even this Hyundai Heavy Industries Union, they just voted to refuse promotion, to remain within the union. And one software engineer said uh, promotion is out of his interest because if you become a mid-level manager, you just lose your expertise, right? Manager is just administrator. Uh, he or she needs to orchestrate all the work, responsibilities of each employee, so that to have better collective, harmonized work results. So it doesn't have, if he has good expertise on his job requirements, that's added point bonus. But otherwise, you cannot focus on your expertise if you are put on a managerial role. So you are in the two-fork road, and you need to decide which track you want to go into. Um, if you are an ambitious person, you need to go through the executive promotion route. But if you are just to have prefer to have work-life balance or work-life, or if you want to have uh, if you want to focus on the side hustle, side kick, then of course you need to stay under the radar and just don't show your emotional aspect. Don't forge ahead. I learned the expression yesterday, but don't forge strong bond with the employees. You just colleagues. You just focus on your work, and when it hits 6 o'clock, you just throw things on the desk and get the hell out of there and run to your home and do some physical exercise, flex your muscles, focus on your side hustle, or just like myself, learn English, learn Chinese. 你要学习韩语, right? I like Chinese too. I'm a kind of all-around language learner, right? There's a famous Canadian guy, which is old guy. He learns like he can speak 20 different foreign languages. I can speak Korean, English, and Chinese, right? I would like to become an all-around language learner. Uh, I was born in 1968, so this year I am 58 years old come July, and I only have 2.5 years left before I retire. So I'm thinking of which um, job I should have after my retirement, right? One job that I am gunning for is to work for a Korean company that has a nice overseas base so that I could be assigned and work in a foreign country, right? Second track I'm thinking of going into is to have my own import and export business. For example, I could bring in Chinese jujube, Chinese ginger, Chinese agricultural products, Chinese electric vehicles, or any other high-tech Chinese products to Korea and export Korean, I don't know, labor, kim, Chinese, Korean foods, Korean soju, Korean ramen, Korean cookies, snacks, crackers overseas, right? So import and export business. Thirdly, if I retire, I would like to teach English to Korean students or Korean adults because I learned English on my own. Of course, I graduated from high school, from college, but basically, when I was just a freshman, I started learning English, and basically, I just understood English. English became my second language, and I really enjoyed it when I just researched English on my own, tried to learn English on my own, to memorize English on my own, right? Then I joined the U.S. military as a Kadusa soldier, right? Uh, if you want, I can explain about Kadusa soldier in different videos. So leave your comment, and I'll just produce a nice video about my experience with U.S. Army as a Kadusa soldier. Uh, I was with 8th PERSCOM, right, Personnel Service Command. So I could teach English to Koreans, right? Young generation, Generation Z, MZ generation, old people, adults who want to go to Canada or the States to have a job there, like nurses, engineers, uh, lawyers. Their English is quite limited. Yeah, they can just barely survive doing what they trained to do. But if they want to have a work balance life, if they encounter some many different situations outside the job, they need to have a good command of English. So I can teach them how to read English materials on their own so that they could be versatile in their expressions and they could be well prepared, and also they can, you know, they can read English novels, essays, business books, any materials, any written materials, or even they can watch TVs in America. They need to have a solid base of English reading and comprehension, right? Reading is quite important. You can improve your pronunciation, and also you can just speed read, and also you can just read sentence and learn, understand the context, and learn grammar, and also you can practice your pronunciation. It's like a five folds, six folds exercise. So reading is quite important, right? Nobody taught me how to read this English material. I just did. I just learned how to do it. So I'm a good role model. I could be a good teacher and I'm American English oriented guy, right? And also, fourth, I have a tour guide license. With that license, I can conduct a tour program for foreigners who come to Korea to visit nice places and enjoy and relax. And also, I could take Korean tourists to foreign countries. I am licensed to do that. I could open my own travel agency. So, and fifthly, probably uh, I wish to have a Chinese school in Korea, right? I learned Chinese for 3 years. Uh, so I am interested in setting up a school in Korea where we teach Chinese, just like a regular Chinese schools. And we could receive students from China, uh, whose parents are rich and wealthy and powerful, like a communist leadership positions. Yeah, speaking of mid-level managerial positions, Chinese communists are rich and powerful. They can do whatever they want. They have enough money to support their children studying overseas. So I could accept those Chinese students and train them hard, teach them real knowledge, not by me, but I would invite Chinese teachers and they would teach them here in Korea, right? And we send the kids to universities, Korean universities, Chinese universities, American universities, Canadian universities. If we are successful in sending students overseas, we get more bonus from the parents. Everything is in the contract. So that's a good business model, right? Knowledge for money, right? Money for knowledge. Sixthly, probably I just don't do anything and just relax and enjoy life as it is after retirement because my uh, pension, I have national pension, private pensions, retirement money, what we call severance pay. What you call severance pay, but we say retirement package. And also, I have money saved in the securities, stocks. So, with all the money, I have enough money to relax and make a worldwide trip. But I have two daughters. I have to support them. So, probably I need to make more money to support my daughters' educations. They don't study well, so I don't know. Unlike me, they don't study well. Like me, they are smart, right? My brain is much better. My IQ was 127 when I was a middle school student. So I think my children, my daughters, their IQs are more than 130, right? But they don't study well. So that means I need to make more money to give them money as an inheritance so that they don't go hungry when they don't get a job and they grow old. Well, I was just babbling around. My goal in reading English material is to read English every day for more than 30 minutes. I think I hit more than 40 minutes so far, right? Uh, I'm not I'm not perfect in English, but I still enjoy learning English. So if you have many good business ideas, or if you want to point out my English mistakes, I'm all ears. I listen. I'll just reply. And if you want to come to Korea as a tourist and want a nice tour guide, I'm here. I can provide tour guide service to you, right? For money, I'll charge you less. I have a car in Gwangju City, so I could guide you around Seoul, in and around Seoul, and also I could take you to Gwangju City, 4 hour, 3 hours from Seoul, and give you the mid metropolitan city vibes. And I can take you to the coasts. We have many beautiful coasts, islands, and rural markets. I'll introduce you to local people so that you could go into their homes and see how they live, what kind of home appliances they use, furnitures, how they sleep, how they have sex, uh, yeah, how they grow their blueberries, tomatoes. Um, yeah, I could take you to 담비네 농장 or some other farms. Uh, and if you are Chinese or Vietnamese, what the heck? You can just run away and work at a farm for 2 to 3 years and make a lot of tons of money and get the hell out of Korea, and you would become a super rich back in your country. Yeah, I could introduce you to nice restaurants, nice farms as a tour guide. What else? I'm interested in arms dealing, legitimate arms dealing. I would like to sell Korean airplanes, Korean submarines, Korean military trucks, cars, jeeps, so that I could make more money. Arms dealer, we say arms dealer. What else? Yeah, I would like to write a novel about my fantasy, right? And I'm married, but sometimes I wonder if I can get married in a foreign country like China and have more children. Well, that could be an option on the table. I'm still 58 years young, so I'm just joking, but uh, as a part of imagination and ideation, there's another option. Uh, what else? I would like to travel around the world when I retire from uh, 2 years from now. Uh, yeah, I would like to visit Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Turkey one more time. I've been there once. Uh, Hungary, I've never been there. Czechoslovakia, I was there once. Germany, never been there. France, 3 times. I would like to visit Norway once. I was there once. Netherlands, Denmark, I was there once. USA, I would like to visit USA several times, and Canada, of course, several times. New Zealand, I was there once, but one more time should be enough. Australia, maybe 1 or 3 times. China, 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 China. It always amazes me. I've studied Chinese for 3 years, so I would like to visit China 10 more times, right? Or 20 more times. I would like to visit Xinjiang, Chengdu, Xi'an, Zhangjiajie, Taihangshan, Huangshan, Guangzhou, Changchun, where many Koreans live, Yanji, where much more Koreans, many more Koreans live there, and Budanjiang. I would like to meet Teacher Lee, who was my friend on the internet. I've never met her, but I would like to meet her, but I've lost the contact with her. I would like to visit Russia several times. Japan, maybe not. I've been there 7 times already. Everywhere it's the same. Osaka, Tokyo, they're same. So not much encourages me to visit Japan again. But if there is a job available in Japan, I would like to go there and work. Singapore is a very hot, humid country, but if there's a job prospect there, what the heck, I would like to visit there. KT, my company, is a number one company in Korea, but when you retire, you become nothing. So you need to start from the scratch, from the bottom, and you need to have a nice job opportunity whenever you can find it. Well, I was just babbling away. I just wanted to practice English by speaking this and that and babbling around and uh, doing nothing. My vocabulary is not esoteric. I can read Time magazine without looking up the dictionary. But when it comes to speech, when it comes to free talking, your vocabulary in general is just reduced, right? Because when you write, you think very much and you think in logical way so that you pour in your vocabulary knowledge base and you tap into it and you use nice vocabularies. But when you speak, it's instant. You need to speak on the spot so that vocabulary comes from your body, and those frequently used vocabularies usually come out, not less frequently used vocabularies. So when you listen carefully to what Trump says, his word usage is quite limited, right? China, China, China. I can do it under 7 minutes. It's tremendous. I just ended war and I ended property. When I became a president, the country, USA, was in huge, burdensome mess, and I cracked it. It took some time and effort to reverse that trend and make America great again. So, well, Trump uses very strange, limited number of words. His vocabulary is limited. Like he uses words such as great, again, ended, terrible, horrible, I promise, I guarantee, right? Well, that's it. Thanks for listening and have a great Saturday. It's January 3rd, 2026. Thanks for listening and bye bye.